Welcome to Orientation 101. I'm glad everybody could join me. This class is 100% online, so I need to go over a lot of information about Blackboard. If you've never used Blackboard before, then I recommend you spend some time getting familiar with Blackboard. If you're familiar with Blackboard already, then you may already know a lot of this information, but we still need to go over it. So in the start here, we have our video that we're watching right now. We have the syllabus, which we'll look at in just a minute. The online communications guidelines, as important information there. We've got tech support, which if you ever need to get in touch with tech support, the phone number, 306-2700, is a great number to call. Important to know, they are not open on the weekends or holidays. They're only there from 9 to 5 business hours. So be aware of that. If you're trying to get in touch with tech support on the weekends, they're not going to be there. And then meet me. I'm your instructor, Ms. Hudson. I'm an adjunct instructor here at Calhoun, and in my other life, I am a life coach and employee assistance program provider at the Enrichment Center Group. So if you ever need to get in touch with me, email me here, right up here. It says email me here. You'll click on this, and from here you'll create message. All right, so that will send me a message to, and you can scroll down through all the different people who are in the class, including myself. So that's how you're going to get in touch with me, only through Blackboard. If you email me back at my Space account here, your email might get lost in all the other college stuff I have to look through. So I recommend you email me here through Blackboard. All right, let's take a minute and look at the syllabus. I promise not to read through everything. So important things to note, this class goes from August 18th to October 13th. This is considered a first term, half-term class, so we have a lot of information to cover in a short amount of time. The course objectives, I'll let you guys pick this up later and take a look at it, read over it yourselves. The textbook, very important that you guys get the textbook. It is the second edition, so when you go to the bookstore, let them know what you're looking for and they'll be able to get it for you. But everybody needs their own textbook because you guys are going to have an activation code that's specific to each textbook. So you can't borrow somebody's book from last year, because if they've already activated Campus Toolkit, then you're not going to be able to use it. So what else? Teaching methods, well, it's all online. So grading plan, important stuff that we want to look at. Our most important assignment is actually going to come at the end of the first, at the end of the half semester, I guess you would say. Lost some words there. So it's worth 40 points, and it has 6 different assignments combined in there. This is all in Chapter 6, so towards the end of our semester, we will look at the graduation and career portfolio. Blackboard orientation tutorial is one of your first assignments. It's worth 10 points, and it's going to get you familiar with Blackboard. The TILT module is from the library, and it gets you familiar with doing research papers and using library resources, and it's a great module to go through. And again, that's worth 10 points. The Campus Toolkit and the discussion boards that are associated with the Campus Toolkits are worth 20 points. There are 4 Campus Toolkit assignments that we'll do, and once you complete them, you'll go to the corresponding discussion board, and those are worth 20 points. And then finally, the assignments and journals are worth 20 points. So this is a total of 100 points. Pretty easy to add up to find out how you're doing in the class. And it's a simple grade scale. 90 to 100 is an A, and then down from there. There's no final exam in this class, so that's a good thing. The attendance policy, just to touch on this very quickly, to be counted for attendance, you have to log in each week. And each week you will have assignments due. And Blackboard also tracks who logs in and who doesn't. So if you wait until the very last week of school of this term to log in and do your work, you're not going to get the credit because you haven't been in class all 8 weeks. So log in that first week. Also, if you are on financial aid, you've got to log in that first week and be counted for attendance, or else you're going to get dropped from the class automatically through the computer system. So that's all that I just went over. Makeup exams, we don't have any exams. Withdrawal policy, if you want to withdraw, you can do that through My Calhoun. You are responsible for that. If you hang out in this class all the way to the end of the semester and then realize you should have dropped out, you didn't have time to do the work, or you didn't have to take the class, if you're still on my roster, you're going to get a grade. And if you haven't participated, it's going to be an F. So please, if you're not going to stick around, you need to withdraw. Disability statement, very important. If you have any disabilities, any issues, please contact the Disability Services Office. Student Code of Conduct is on the website, so you can go check that out. Cheating and plagiarism. I don't know that there'd be much cheating in this class going on, but plagiarism, if you do have an assignment, please don't cut and paste off the internet. Put things in your own words, please. If you've got a complaint, you can also file that on the website under quick links. Communication, as we talked about, through space email, but mainly for our class through Blackboard. We do suggest that you set up your space email account. It's pretty easy to do. We'll talk more about this in a later chapter, but it's a great way to keep in touch with everything that's going on at school. So now on to the important stuff. What are we going to be doing in the next 8 weeks? Well, this week we're looking at the course introduction, of course. There's a discussion board assignment, which I'll show you in a moment. And then chapter 1, which is a pretty simple chapter. There are a couple presentations in Blackboard for you guys to look at. Before we're done, we'll also look at the Blackboard orientation tutorial, which will be a separate video for you guys to watch. You'll also have the DISC profile to work on this week for your homework, and exercise 1, which is a pretty short exercise. It's just a journal exercise. So you've got a lot of other stuff going on with the DISC and the Blackboard orientation tutorial. So everything that's out here is due the following week. If it's assigned here, then it's due the next week. Pretty simple to remember. The weeks are separated out. Week 1 through, it's actually 7 weeks. Classes due end the 13th, October 13th, and so that last week you'll have time to get this last assignment in, these last assignments in. So what else are we looking at? We'll be looking at the DISC. There'll be discussion boards. Each chapter has some assignments involved. The locus of control is from the campus toolkit, just as the DISC is, and the PLSI, and there's one more, sensory learning styles. So there are 4 of those, 5 points each. We'll be looking at some stress management and time management, investing in your future with financial aid, choosing your major. Chapter 6 is the big chapter with our biggest amount of work. This is worth 40 points. If you do not complete the graduation portfolio, you can't pass the class. It's 40 points. So you've got to do that assignment along with the others. And then finally in Chapter 7, it's just some things about being successful. So that is the syllabus, and you can look at it yourself right here. The online communication guidelines. This may give me fits. Okay, there we go. Course communication policy. You can look at this yourself in your free time, but I did want to bring it up to bring it to your attention. Especially since this is an online class, the only way I get to know about you guys is when you type things in for me. So when you're writing in your discussion boards, please, you don't have to be terribly formal, but do be professional. And when you turn in assignments, please be aware of the language you use and be aware of, not using emoticons or using slang. Definitely no profanity. Please spell out your words. I'm not, a huge, spell every word right, but at least make an effort, spell out your words. And don't write in all caps. That just looks like you're angry. So that's the communications policy. Like I said, you guys can feel free to look at that on your own when you have free time, right? Everybody has free time in college. Just kidding. So that is our start here. When you click on it, that's what's going to come up. All right. We have a lot of information, as I said. Want to look at a couple more things before I let you guys go. Course content, if you click over here in the left-hand column, this is our course content. Yet another thing I need you guys to do is the pretest. You'll click on the pretest. It'll open up a survey. There'll be a little more information here than what's there right now. This is where all of your chapters are, all of your assignments. So just a quick look. This is what Chapter 1 looks like. You've got your Chapter 1 exercise. You're going to click on it. It says it's worth 0 points, but it is worth complete or incomplete. So that is important that you do these assignments, whether it says it's worth a point or 5 points or 10 points. You need to do your assignments. So what you're going to do, what are some of the benefits of participating in activities on campus, etc. So that's step 1, read over the information. Step 2, assignment submission. So you're going to click right here and another dialog box is going to open. This is where you're going to type in your answer. Please do not type in add comments down here at the bottom, number 3. This is for if you have an extra note that you want to add. And a lot of times when you submit an assignment, I'll write a comment and it'll go in this area and it'll show up on your page. So remember, number 2, assignment submission. This is where you're going to add, and then you're going to come down here and click submit. And then it just automatically goes to me. Campus Toolkit and the disc. You guys need to watch this video as well because it's going to go over how to access Campus Toolkit. Pretty important information there because that's also an assignment this week, the disc. Then there's the discussion board. Yet another assignment to look at is a few things about yourself. So this is the discussion board, and what you're going to do is you're going to click on the discussion that's already there. So a few things about myself, and you're going to create a thread. So here's all the information we want to know about you. The subject line, just put your name, easiest thing to start with. And then just whatever form you use, you can just start typing out answering these questions for us. And then once again, you'll submit. And what will happen is in this area right here, it'll start to populate with everybody's threads that they've created for the discussion board. So again, those are automatically entered in. When you hit enter, it's submitted and it comes back to me for me to grade. So everything comes back around. Then there's the announcements. We've already got some announcements out there. Let's get started. We're going to, information we're looking at here talks about email me here and about some of our homework that's going on. So that's going to be in announcements. Announcements is where I'm going to remind you about your homework. That's going to be the main thing that comes out in announcements, so be aware of that. And then Blackboard orientation. So Blackboard orientation probably deserves its own video presentation. But Blackboard orientation, this module takes about 1 to 2 hours. There are 6 activities that you're going to complete. And the easiest way to navigate through Blackboard orientation is to start right here. Just click on Finding Your Way. It has a lot of information to read through, how to navigate through, some videos for you guys to watch, technical requirements, deadlines. Again, this is all information for you guys to read, and then what's going to happen is at the end you're going to have a course type survey. So you'll click on this, the survey will open up, you'll begin, answer the questions, and then come back. So the best thing to do is just hit the next folder, Learning Online, go through the same process, do your survey, and then hit the next folder. If you just sit down and go through this, it's the easiest thing. I have a lot of people who will miss certain quizzes or surveys because they jump around. So we want to just get all this done. It's worth 10 points, and it's really pretty easy to do. This one involves pulling up a form and signing it electronically, typing in your name, and then submitting it to me on Blackboard. And then there's one more. I guess this is probably where people get a little mixed up. This discussion board task, I missed that one. I'm sorry about that. But the discussion board task is over here. This discussion board. You're going to click on that, and you're going to create a thread as before, and you're going to post a message. Again, just has to be your name right here, and then a couple of words, sentences about why you're taking classes at Calhoun. So that's the message board, discussion board, sorry. Don't want you to miss that part. It's under the multimedia resources there. Integrity videos. I will put up links that will take you to YouTube to view the video. I find that Integrity a lot of times has a hard time playing, so just to avoid a lot of distress, whenever you need to watch a video, there'll be a direct link over in your course content area. So that is a lot of information. Good luck. If you have any questions for this first week, please email me here. Thanks.